the most elite dealerships that demonstrate. We really do strive to go above and beyond for the ultimate customer experience before and after the sale, Charlie.
That's why for 2022, Honda of Lincoln is once again Nebraska's #1 volume Honda dealer. Come experience the Honda of Lincoln way of doing business, 27th and Yankee Hill Road, or online at hondaoflincoln.com.
Guys, it's that time again. Another 10-week challenge at Farrell's Extreme Body Shaping is starting on July 8th. I joined Farrell's a little over a year ago, and with their help, I've lost over 125 pounds and can confidently say I'm in the best shape of my life. The 10-week challenge combines kickboxing, strength training, in a way that is approachable and achievable for any skill level. And ticket listeners, you can get $150 off the cost of enrollment. Head to theticketfm.com and click on the banner on the homepage to learn more. Farrell's Extreme Body Shaping at 70th and Vine or 40th and Yankee.
90 in the ticket. Fox. By John Henry's Plumbing.
Another hot, humid day as we'll see an afternoon high of 92 under mostly sunny skies. South winds could gust around 20 to 25. Late tonight, showers and thunderstorms will try to push into the region, a low of 69. So we start off the day tomorrow with some showers and storms and heat back up with a high of 93. I'm meteorologist Tim Wright, 93.7 The Ticket and theticketfm.com.
Coming at you live from the heart of Lincoln, America. This is Old School, sponsored by the Mercado by Certified Piedmontese. Broadcasting veteran Derek Pearson.
When you find something moves that makes them smile, celebrate it. That's your task. That's your superpower.
Nebraska Football Hall of Famer Jay Foreman.
Rifles a pass. It was tipped. It's picked off by Foreman. He's at the 15, 10, 5. He'll score!
On 93.7 The Ticket and theticketfm.com.
On TV. What are those? Hey, talk about they look different in real life. Man, I see, in the books I seen it, you look a little different. Anyways.
He looked bigger than George Jefferson.
Anyways, man, you see this, it is a funny Friday. We have plenty of time. I got to get up to my boy Strick. He a good sport, man. You know, listen. If carrot cake come up in here, I'm going to tell you this right now. If carrot cake comes up in here, Strick took 2/3 of that pie. 3/3 of that pie going home with me, or the carrot cake going. So I feel you, Strick. Hopefully you listen to us, my brother. Have a good weekend, rest up, and all that stuff. But right now, this is Old School. Jay Foreman, DP, Austin. Brought to you by the Mercado, Certified Piedmontese, Special Ingredients and Butcher Shop, 84th and Havelock. Every type of meat, every type of cut. It's the day after the first pick was our pick probably 2 or 3 years ago. Obviously, I think the NBA got it right. Magically the Spurs got the won the the lottery or Powerball, and I think it's a good landing spot for Wemby. It's a smaller city, but obviously a really good organization for him. They've done it before multiple times with 2 Hall of Famers, so I expect nothing else. But after that, it was very interesting. You saw some trades. You saw some trades within the draft. You saw some trades actually, you saw some draft picks from prior trades from 2 or 3 years ago. Mm-hmm. You could see the direction of. We've talked about Portland. It seems almost every time that we've talked about the NBA. One thing that was really interesting to me, is there's a lot. The amount of young kids that are getting drafted. Obviously, internationals, dominated in the first 5 picks, I think, or something like that, or college. Excuse me. I'm going to go off on a rant here, and it's all guys, talking about, Timmy and the center from Kentucky, Sheway, and it's like, oh, well, at least they could, now they can go make some money. They ain't making nothing now. Okay. Mm-hmm. So and we talked about this with football here in Nebraska, but ultimately the first thing that stuck out to me was the amount of the young kids, 19. It was like if you were 20 years old, it was like you're too old, 22. And Jaime got drafted from UCLA, which I think he's going to be one of the most impactful rookies right away because of his experience and his ability to play in big games. So he can play that third role with the Miami Heat. He looks like, first of all, with his long hair, kind of like a goatee mustache or whatever it is, he fits right into Miami. I can see him showing up to the games in his linen suit like Don Johnson back in the day. with no shirt on underneath and fit right in. But the thing that really stuck out to me with the young guys or young kids that were getting, and they are kids that are getting drafted, is, and this isn't me, old guy, get off my line. They have no social skills, no communication skills, no social skills. And, the I guess the easy way to say, well, what does that have to do with basketball? It has a lot to do with basketball. It has almost everything to do with basketball, because everybody that gets drafted, right, in those first 2 rounds, none of them are not talented. It's like, oh, we're picking the guy number 1. He has garbage talent. Can't dribble, can't do anything. Everybody's talented. If you don't have any social skills and the ability to communicate and think on your own, right, or be in the spur of the moment and make a rational decision, because a lot of these kids that are going to the G League and stuff like that, they essentially have everything mapped out for them, right? You're on the NBA and you're not having your entourage, and nobody's going to be able to pick it for you. Your agent isn't going to be able to call Eric Spoelstra and say, hey, Austin's a rookie. He's 19 years old. Can you make sure he goes to bed on time? Can you make sure that he actually communicates with the trainer and saying that, can I go 20 minutes early or understand? That's not happening. And that's where I see a lot of guys. It's great for their families. The NBA actually needs to get a better hold on it, because if you're going to have this G League and kind of like you're, proven or kind of, invite only, you have to be really supposedly special to play there, right? Right? They're not just letting anybody go there. You better be getting these they should be looking different when they're getting interviewed. You should look significantly different than a freshman from college. And the reason why this is because you're actually you're a mini professional. That's what you're playing. You're essentially going to the G League because you didn't want to go to school. So all you're doing is playing basketball. So if all you're doing is playing basketball, something else needs to come with it because you're getting paid. So therefore, I'm trying to get you ready to get drafted. That didn't happen. And so then when we look back in 2 or 3 years, you're going to see some things that really, oh, well, I didn't notice that, right? Or like a Whitmore, right? Like they talked about, he was in one of the drafts or workouts, looked like he didn't want to be there. Well, get a special exemption. Send him back to Villanova, which is one of the best programs in the nation, even though he has an NBA-ready body, the most NBA-ready body in the draft, according to everybody. But obviously, guess what's up? From the neck up, he probably in middle school. So even if you draft, find a way to send him to a place to get him up to par, because it doesn't do anybody any good, him, the team, the NBA, for him to be out in 3 years. Anthony Bennett and all those guys. Now, the second part is Drew Timme didn't get drafted. My man from Kentucky didn't get drafted. The center from UConn didn't get drafted. The big center from Arizona didn't get drafted. And there was another one. And then you saw guys with some tweets and somewhere local around here saying, well, maybe, they just were, got tired of playing, in a roundabout way, got tired of playing college basketball, and they just wanted to move on. This way they can go make money trying to be a pro. Listen, okay, I don't know if this is a news flash for you people out here, and this goes to Huskers as well. Just because you turn pro doesn't mean you a pro, okay? Until you start getting a paycheck from a NFL team, NBA team, NHL team, MLB team, or some sort of affiliate, you know different than me, DP, and Austin, okay? Only thing is, I don't have any hoop dreams. I coach hoop dreams. I ain't playing. So the thing is, you're supposed to be playing, so you're going to be doing the same thing that I'm be doing on a Tuesday and Friday night, watching Shaq and all those guys, and watching on Sunday because you ain't playing. When on the other flip side, doesn't matter if you don't like Gonzaga or you think people supposedly are tired of seeing you play college basketball, but that NIL money that was cashing in is the same NIL money that you forfeited next year. That's essentially guaranteed, and your success. And you should have known at some point in time, these are your weaknesses, right? We need to see you, Drew Timme. We need to see you actually play more of a 2 and 3 and not to back to the basket 4. We need to see you expand your repertoire. We need to see some more in, quote unquote, in your bag, right? My man from Kentucky, we got to see you doing something more than, essentially NBA terms, garbage points, rebounds, putbacks. We got to see some range from you, right, DP?
But this is where where I scratch my head a little bit, because as you said, first thing, not only did they look young, but they acted young.
Right. That's what I'm saying. The social,
Like they're going to walk in to the alphas of all alphas, and they're going to walk in those rooms. And first of all, there's resentment, because think about it. If you're Brandon Miller, you're making $9 million a year. You're making more money than dudes who have been on the road for the last 3 years.
and they're better than you.
And they're better than you. Think that you're Scoot Henderson slotted at $8 million a year, and Dame wants to know, who are you? Like, why are you here?
See, I think he now I know what you're saying. He's a little bit farther along.
Well, but I mean,
yeah.
he's the extreme.
He's the exception,
right? That through this, but then when you get down to the Thompsons and below, those do, like, literally, this is the first draft I can think of where there's one legitimate NBA walk in the door, handle his business, and get some respect, dude. That was it. And it wasn't any of the, you talk about Shapeway, Timmy, etc. They have more credibility in the NBA locker room than that, because they've been in pressure moments. They aren't playing in dark lit gyms. They're not playing in front of 1,100 people at these elite levels. They're playing in front of the national audience on the biggest days, in front of the biggest crowds, under the biggest and brightest spotlights.
Mm-hmm.
So I don't know what the NBA execs are doing. If you're accumulating talent and gathering assets, okay, fine. But you're going to pay everybody in the first 10 picks, you're going to pay them $5 million a year or more to not help you win immediately in the National Basketball Association.
Yeah.
And then you have to ask the question, since when does being exceptional at getting garbage points exclude you from being valuable in the NBA? Listen, all of those teams, Miami just showed you, Boston just told you, if we don't have a garbage guy, they would have got eliminated early, right? That this was a thing. The Miami Heat is an accumulation of garbage dudes. They're just gutter dogs who will outfight you and outscrap you and outlast you. So if you're telling me that you're drafting defense, okay, but 90% of the dudes drafted yesterday can't compete on a defensive level in the National Basketball Association.
No.
So I didn't understand a lot of the draft last night. I want to say this, though. Wembanyama, a couple things. He strikes me as the kid who's 2 years older than he says he is. He seems more prepared.
Yeah. Well, he's been playing pro since he's been 14.
Right.
So that's where you
get that. Plus, your dad was an athlete. Your mom was almost a better basketball player than your brother, right?
Playing for the French national coach.
Right.
Yeah.
Right.
I mean, he's ready to go.
Right. And so he gives me hope. Injuries aside, he gives me hope when it comes to all the other stuff that we were worried about.
The skills.
Right.
Legit 3 levels.
Yeah. I mean, it like from a skill level. Now, again, he hasn't had the resistance and friction.
No, but he has
some things that are problems for
hearing
NBA
about
players.
him 4 or 5 years. The consistent growth, physically, mentally, and the skill wise, lets you know he's playing for a bigger purpose.
Yeah.
When you're thinking of like Brandon Miller, the Thompson twins, and Anthony Black, I think is actually better than some of the guys before.
Yep.
And then you're going into like
Walker. Can we have that other conversation? Can we have the conversation we had last night during the draft?
What
about pick number 9?
No, man, we gotta do it. But then when you're talking about like Jet Howard's ready to play.
Look, Austin wasn't even on the text on the group text, but Austin knows.
Yeah, everybody's seen that. But leave that man alone, man.
I'm not.
You going to Utah?
Look,
well.
My buddies from Utah called me. They said, "Listen, bro,
yeah, leave that man alone." You got some guys that are like Jaime. Was it Jocko S. Jr.? He's ready to play. There's guys that are ready to play, but there's a lot of guys that aren't ready to play. Yeah. Like when you up here drafting my man from Belmont.
Yeah.
Like, are you telling me this dude? Here's what I would ask you.
Wow.
Indiana Pacers.
Wow.
You're trying to tell me Ben Shepherd is better than Davis from your Indiana Hoosiers.
Wow.
Who averaged in the Big Ten 22 points, 11 rebounds, and expanded his range. Not 3-pointers, but you're trying to tell me a legit 6'11" post up presence that can take you off the dribble and passes well out of the double team, and he plays for your Indiana Hoosiers, isn't worthy of that 26 pick that he slides all the way to the Washington Wizards at 57.
Like I'm not even
Belmont?
trying to give the Hoosier dude that much credit, but
I am, because that dude, the Hoosier dude, you know what he's going to do? He's going to put butts in the stadium.
Yeah, I mean, he's going to show.
Right.
Like he's going to show. He's been the guy who had to carry the team in big moments around. If you're going to tell me that Drew Timme and Sheboy aren't better than
Strother from Gonzaga,
than everybody other than the first 2 picks.
But hold on. Then, okay, Indiana, you drafted one small forward. Then you turn around and pick 29 and draft another one. Now, I don't know if there's a trade or anything. First of all, it lets me know you just drafting in the dark. You like Aaron Rodgers. You in darkness drafting. You just picking it up.
If you're going to make a trade, in 10 days in Vegas, which still is in play in a big way.
Sure. But you're not – who rolls out there with 2 rookie small forwards?
I've never seen.
If I'm Turner from Indiana, my agent better be on that. He better be on that phone. Get me the heck up out of it.
This is not Chris Webber, Juwan Howard baby players. You're talking about this is not North Carolina back in the day where you're getting James Worthy and Sam Perkins.
Yeah, Rasheed Wallace.
Right.
These are
you're not getting. This is not what this is.
They coming straight from AAU circuit thinking they played against.
But this is what I wanted to ask. I asked it on social media. Who do we point the finger at? What do we point the finger at to explain the fall of college basketball elite players in the NBA draft? What do we think? What do we think? I mean,
it's YouTube.
GMs.
It has to be.
Being so online, because I think the more we look at, the math, the analytics behind it, we've put a value on age.
Yep.
We've put a value on potential more than production. And I think when you look at the older college guys you're talking about, a lot of them for their draft class, their draft age is higher. So that devalues them to the GMs, not saying they should be, but to the GMs. And just the way the game is moving, Sheboy never developed a jump shot. It should be a simple
bucket,
thing.
but a bucket.
But do you trust the work ethic?
Never in the box scores does it say we scored 8 buckets by 18-year-olds and 7 by 25-year-olds.
But they do the same thing in football. You see some guys, especially with running backs. You want to, and that's when you're coming in. You got to be real smart where you decide to go, amount of carries and stuff like that. Basketball to me is the dumbest thing ever to think of it. Now. Baseball, I understand. If I'm scouting Derek Pearson in high school and I'm trying to get him to bypass college, I know I have to draft him a little bit early and I have to pay him a little bit more, right? To go.
And you got to talk to my grandmother. You got to talk but that's what's missing.
But that's beyond the point. I'm just dealing with the business side.
Yeah,
and I understand. He's a pitcher, so there's almost so many fastballs you get. Basketball, okay. The guy that is widely thought of as the best player still in the NBA is 38 years old.
Yeah.
Second best, Steph Curry, 30-something years old. Yeah. Kevin Durant, right there.
Yeah.
So being 22 years old and going to I keep going back to my man from UCLA, who they've had 3 or 4 guys drafted.
Wow.
Penn State had 3 guys drafted, right? But they all are the guys that when they played in the big, when all these GMs went to the Sweet 16 and all that stuff, these are the guys that they watch year in and year out. But then you turn around and draft guys that make one shot in a game or get on I saw one guy getting drafted. He's like, oh, man, the last 3 weeks of the season, he really played good. Well, what happened the first, 15 weeks?
I think a lot of it, too, is fans, I think, fall into the trap, too, of talking themselves into what could be rather than what is. I think they discount people because of age. They think of people as finished products because that's what the GMs are telling us.
This is where I was with some of the young players. I almost thought about it this way. How excited would I have been if they were committing to Nebraska, if they were transferring Nebraska as they stood, and it would take 4 of them to make a team. Like if we talked about the folks who didn't play in college, right? Remove your top player. So move Vic. And then go below that. So go beyond Miller and Scoot. And then tell me the Thompson twins give you a legitimate chance to win the Big Ten, but you wouldn't necessarily say, hey, Nebraska's going to win the Big Ten because they have the Thompson twins.
Yeah, the expectation would be you better be in the NCAA tournament.
Right, but it's not you're going to come into at the top of the NBA where you need those 4 and 5 need to change you and put you in the conversation with Denver and Golden State. That's not what they did yesterday.
That's the other part of the conversation. They're not expected to next year. Right or wrong, they're not. And so many teams, DP, are okay kicking that can down the road.
But you know how much it bothers me.
I know.
It's no different than college football or basketball as a coach when you say, look, I'm going to give you,
but none of these
$11 million for year one and you don't have to win.
But before we go to break, what's really, really missing is DP. And what you're really saying without what you're saying it, but not saying it. None of these guys are going to college to win. They're going to get what they can get theirs, and get the heck up out of there.
Because they have to go to college.
Because they have to go to college. Because when you look at Penn State having, or like Michigan, they have 2 guys in the lottery. They didn't even make the tournament, and they have a really good coach. Along with Hunter Dickinson that just went to Kentucky, I think, in the transfer portal.
Kansas,
excuse me. You know what I'm saying? So you have 3
Where
guys.
would he have gone? Where would Dickinson have gone in this draft?
Luka Garza range, late second.
Well, that's what I'm like.
But I give him credit. He's actually smart. He said, I'm staying my butt right in college. I'm going down to Kansas, get some NIL money.
Yeah.
And I'm going to get another year, and then the NBA might change. Right, another year, Jokic,
that is a curiosity, bro.
Dominating X, Y, and Z. But that's a good first step. We're going to jump right back into it because we're going to talk about the free agency. We're going to talk about these Portland Trail Blazers, Washington Wizards. I like the Lakers pick because he's a big point guard. It kind of fits in there what they want. We're going to talk about your boy Grady Dick just because he's from Kansas, and he probably had his suit game and his whole pre-game hype was obviously legendary for him. We're going to talk about all that. Jay Foreman, DP, Old School. We'll be right back.
You're listening to Old School with DP and J. Download the mobile app and listen wherever you are on 93.7 The Ticket and theticketfm.com.
Proud to be voted Best Vape Shop.
Generation V
is thrilled to announce our newest location is now open at 27th and Superior.
Generation V.
Explore the largest selection of vape, Delta 8, Kratom, all your favorite brands of disposables, e-liquid, and premium THCA flower.
Generation V.
We'll guide you through our extensive collection to help you find the perfect fit.
Generation V.
With locations in Lincoln, Omaha, Seward, York, Kearney, and Beatrice. Visit our newest store now open at 27th and Superior in Lincoln. GenerationV.com. E-cigs contain nicotine. Nicotine is an addictive chemical.
93.7 The Ticket. Fox KFXL weather. Sponsored by John Henry's Plumbing, Heating, and Air Conditioning.
Another hot, humid day as we'll see an afternoon high of 92 under mostly sunny skies. South winds gust around 20 to 25. Late tonight, showers and thunder will try to put region low of 69. So we start off the day tomorrow with some showers and storms, then heat back up with a high of 93. I'm meteorologist Tim Wright, 93.7 The Ticket and theticketfm.com.
Y'all feeling lucky? Luke Combs here, and I have an exclusive opportunity for you to win $500,000 by joining me in the Living Lucky with Luke Combs lottery experience. When it rains, it pours for lucky fans and lottery players who enter to win a chance of a lifetime. Join me in Nashville for a private concert at the iconic Ryman Auditorium in 2024. One lucky winner will have the chance to walk away with $500,000 at the end of the show.
Details at nelottery.com. Living Lucky with Luke Combs. Prize odds in 128.
Rico here with HS Auto Care at 70th and Van Dorn, letting you know HIS is a great place to bring your vehicle for service. With superior service bumper to bumper, we'll treat your vehicle like it's your mother's. Doesn't get any better than that. So call 402-488-8934 and HIS Auto will make you glad you did. 5% off, mention this ad, and for sure your mother will be proud you called. 402-488-8934 HIS Auto Care, 70th and Van Dorn. God bless you.
General contractors, business owners, property owners. The success of your business requires doing business with the right people. And the right people, when it comes to drywall, acoustical ceilings, and specialty products, are at Premier Drywall. Kevin and his crew will give your project the response and attention it deserves.
You'll get all of the attention to detail and quality that you would expect from someone who's been in the business for 30 years. For your new builds, build-outs, or renovations, reach out to Kevin. Kevin at PremierDW.com. Premier Drywall in Lincoln.
The best way to learn about Southeast Community College is to visit. And you can check out our spaces before you visit in person with a virtual campus tour. An opportunity to see our campuses in Beatrice, Lincoln, and Milford as you learn about our programs and areas of study. There are virtual tours of our learning centers too. We can even take you on a personalized tour. Learn more on our website, southeast.edu/visit SCC. SCC, your path to possible.
There's nothing quite like the Mercado by Certified Piedmontese beef. The Mercado offers unique ingredients you can't find anywhere else, open every day from 8 a.m. to 8 p.m. The full-service butcher shop and retail store is wonderful for meat lovers with their exclusive certified Piedmontese beef and assorted sausages, plus other quality meats, including pork, chicken, and a wide range of the freshest seafood. Plus, every Friday from 11 to 2, the Mercado serves up the best lunch in town on their Friday Feast menu. Stop in at the Mercado today at 84th and Havelock or visit their website at cpmercado.com to see current deals. Brown Shoe Fit has all types of shoes for you to excel this summer. Check out their new Keenan Siva brand sandals and Olukai sandals for sitting by the pool. Plus, they're stocked up on Hey Dudes to catch you up on the latest shoe fashion. They also have shoes in brands like Brooks, Hoka, Merrell, On, and many more. Browns has the local professionals to get the proper fit, aided by their high-tech foot scanner by Aetrex. Stop by Brown Shoe Fit today, just south of 66th and Q in Lincoln.
The sweet relief of air conditioning after a hot day in the summer sun. For only $2.88 a day, LES helps power life's special moments and your comfort. Learn more at les.com/value.
The captain, Vershawn Jackson.
VJ, did you ever get a chance to meet Broderick Sandman Thomas? Yeah.
He had 1 year where he just went off.
Tampa?
Yeah, he had 174 tackles.
Wow.
And 11 sacks in 1991. 7 forced fumbles.
That's why, like when I asked Terrell, who's the best linebackers? I don't know if I've ever heard Broderick Thomas come out of Terrell's mouth. It's always the same guys, Jay Foreman, Levant David.
Very rude.
But again, if you don't watch the tape, you don't know how good they were.
Back to old school with DP and J on 93.7 The Ticket and theticketfm.com.
We are back. Second segment. Got about 10 minutes. Still NBA draft. I like the NFL draft. Or I love the NFL draft, especially because I'm not on the team. I have to see who they're trying to draft and come take my spot or try to take my spot. Nobody really came and took it, but I always know that. I always kept an eye on it. But I like the NBA just because I love basketball and watch it and just kind of see where these teams will go. Because I think, with the Denver Nuggets winning, I think it kind of gives more hope to the whole NBA. Where Denver took them 2 or 3 years to kind of get out of their own way, finally figured out their winning formula. Everybody, went and got, better. And, Golden State's breaking up a little bit. Lakers are getting a little bit old. Anthony Davis, being Anthony Davis. Celtics, who knows? Philly let themselves down. Now, if I'm teams, anybody, excluding the Timberwolves because of Karl Anthony Towns, that brother there, listen, I'm going to say this right now. I would never fashion myself as saying I'm some sort of like, I don't know, Tyson Beckford or some model or something, right? You know what I mean? I mean, Tyson Beckford, he's a model, so, he's probably, he's a handsome dude. But I know I ain't chopped beef. Karl Anthony Towns is chopped beef as a player, looking in the mirror and thinking he's filet mignon from Piedmontese, so from the Mercado. That brother had the nerve to say once the all said and done, people will realize that he changed the game. Boy, what game you been in?
Wow.
How somebody gonna remember you? Wow. Only thing I remember about Karl Anthony Towns, 2 years ago in the playoffs, he had 2 points and 2 rebounds, and you 7'1", 7 foot tall, and you shot all threes. You had more 3 misses and shots than you had points.
What does he think he's done?
Won a 3-point shootout once.
Yeah.
That's it.
Yeah. That's it. But
went 38-1 at Kentucky.
Yeah, exactly. That's the look. So
I'm trying, DP. I'm trying over here.
So really, DP, that's the type of stuff that's coming in the NBA. Wow. You gotta listen. The Timberwolves are asking Anthony Edwards, I think, is there, but Timberwolves are asking anybody and everybody if you want to come and be an iconic figure outside of Target Center, you can do it as long as you just ball out. This brother has the nerve to be there and act like you doing him a favor. And the Timberwolves didn't do him any favors by drafting or trading for Gobert. Now he really thinks he's the point center.
Like he should be one of the top 10 players in the game next to Gobert and Edwards. Like
you should be better.
Like
but you got
be
worse.
Better. Like you should be better.
Right.
Is this what happens when you're just that disconnected and you're in the vacuum of people so willing to ride along that they're just going to tell you the best, man. He's got a ton of hype men around him apparently, or hype women. You got hype something right around him, because nobody's telling him, "Hey, bro, no."
But see, you know what it is sometimes you can get into that. I call it the vortex, and you see it. You've seen it a little bit around here in the past where you get treated as a king when you do peasant work and peasant work ethic.
Yeah.
So once you since it's almost like I used to always tell some of my basketball players, and he'd be like, "Man, why?" They always ask like, "Why are you so fixated on practice, right, and doing your best?" I said, "Well, don't be okay with being better than the worst three guys on the team. My expectation for you is to show up with the intention of being your best every day." That's Karl Anthony Towns. Karl Anthony Towns is like, I got Anthony Edwards and myself. Gobert is garbage, and Patrick Beverley is just Patrick Beverley. So even if I go out there and shoot us out of a game and don't perform for weeks on end, right, I'm still at worst the second best player on my team. But what he's not realizing is for whatever reason, Brook Lopez, I mean, to be honest with you, as it kept adding to his game, and he got with Giannis, again, another big player, and then he is taking his game to another level, right? Then you think of Bam is taking his game to another level. Then you think you still got Embiid. Then you got Joker. And then now Karl Anthony Towns is looking DeAndre Ayton right in the face where he should be exceeding him. And then let's not forget Jackson with Memphis. He's exceeded him. And then you got to think, what's my man for Atlanta that came from Houston? He's better than him. Now I'm starting to name guys that should never be in the conversation with somebody went number one.
Wouldn't you take Rui Hachimura over Cat right now?
I would.
Right? Like Cat hasn't accomplished anything.
Rui Hachimura.
Rui showed up for three consecutive.
Look, Austin's up there. Rui Hachimura is a scorer. Believe that.
I'm not sure I would take him over Kyle Kuzma.
But all we're asking is in production. Listen.
Okay, in production, it's not a question.
Right. So why would so then it shouldn't be a question and answer, because
like if he was 6'6", you wouldn't even consider it.
Right.
No.
The only reason he has value is that he's tall.
Yeah.
And because you hope at some point his maturity and skills catch up with his DNA advantage.
But he's getting more. He's getting immature.
Yeah, he's getting emotionally worse.
Right. While he questioned Anthony Edwards with his diet. Remember Anthony Edwards? He can, look, Anthony Edwards was like, "Hey, I'm eating fried chicken and all this stuff." And they was like, then he was saying, couldn't finish a game. Well, Karl Anthony Towns was like, you need to think more about your diet, because Anthony Edwards, he's great up there. If you got ever follow him on MSN, he has his own. He talks in the third person.
It's so weird.
But he got him a chef, right? He hangs out with his dogs and does his thing, and obviously he's taking his stuff to a new level. Karl Anthony Towns has actually not taken the same advice that he gave Anthony Edwards and looks worse. You look slower.
It's Anthony Edwards, it's Edwards and Rudy, and then Cat. Maybe, because I would almost say the Beverly still has more league value. There's more league
respect.
Yeah, more league credibility, right?
When you think of the Timberwolves, let's just look at the roster here, and for these last 4 or 5 minutes, we're going to just dive into this NBA. We're going to get to the triplets, though, the Bellevue West triplets. And I'm surprised Strick didn't try to curveball us to think about that, because those Bellevue West T-Birds, they really think they
y'all had Strick really, on the ropes. He couldn't think.
Yeah, but
his hands were here.
But guess what? Strick stopped somewhere. He probably stopped over at that Hy-Vee, went in there and got him a little plastic fork. He definitely killed one of them pieces of pie.
Man, he went in. And again, if I don't happen to walk by, he would have just there'd been nothing. We'd have walked out of here at some point to go, there's like an 1/8 of a pie, and would have been fully shocked at, oh no, there's 1/3 of a pie.
Right. Yeah, he was a bastard. But when you think of Karl-Anthony Towns, he's making $34 million, right? Okay, no, I'm never going to count anybody's money. But you got Mike Conley, who's more professional than him and has a better career.
Yes.
Right? Then you got Anthony Edwards. I guess you could throw Rudy Gobert in there. And then you got Jaden McDaniels, who's kind of like their enforcer or one of their up-and-coming young players. So all these guys are better. And then you got Kyle Anderson, who actually checked Karl-Anthony Towns to the point that everybody had Kyle Anderson's back, he's actually a local product from Minnesota, because he pretty much said, Karl-Anthony Towns, you playing like a B.
Can we just say how bad this Timberwolves roster is from the bottom? From 4
man,
down.
Hey, leave my Timberwolves alone. I was looking at this. Hey, let me.
You made me pull them up.
Hey,
and Jay.
GB, I was looking at the Timberwolves roster and I was like, damn, he garbage. Damn, he's garbage. And this right here,
Austin,
listen,
look at this roster.
For all you people,
I got Naz Reid.
Hey, listen here. For all you people out there, all you basketball players,
there's still McDaniels on there.
I see why these basketball players are like, I'm going D1 or bust, because I'm looking at these guys right here and they are hot garbage.
Matt Ryan,
listen,
the other Matt Ryan,
listen, all you high school basketball
Matt
players.
Ryan was working in a cemetery.
Jay,
let's do this. High school basketball players.
Who is Matt Ryan?
Listen, find you a place where you're going to play, be productive, and tell your agent or agents to call the Timberwolves, because they need to draft you first. Because there is 9 guys on this roster. Nathan Knight.
He could walk in here right now.
You know who the best guy is? Where's he at, man? Where's my boy at right here? Not Rudy Gobert. It is Nathan Knight. Where's the other guy?
Wait, was Nathan Knight, was he Vermont or was he Ohio Valley Conference?
I have no idea.
He's from William and Mary.
Kyle Anderson's forehead is his greatest asset.
Slow-mo.
Hold on.
Look at that. That's an 8-head. That is an 8-head, Jay Foreman.
Hey.
Look at that with the receiver.
Naz Reid right here. 6'9", 270 pounds.
You could put Spalding on that.
That man got 5 heads. Leave that man alone, man. Hey, man. But Kyle Anderson, he's like a sloth, though. He gets it done. He gets it done.
Like, I mean, do we know Jordan McLaughlin?
What?
Jordan McLaughlin.
Hey, how do you got the pictures up there? That's what I want to know.
Jordan McLaughlin.
So,
how do you got the pictures?
Quick question on Kyle Anderson. Is he sneaky unathletic?
Timberwolves roster, NBA.com.
Oh.
Timberwolves roster. Look at it. Austin, seriously, bro.
Who's number 6?
That's Jordan McLaughlin.
See, if you that bad at basketball, you cannot come out here with a bald head with an untrimmed beard.
Bruh, they just, oh my goodness.
Number 7, though. A big number 7 fan.
Number 7.
Oh, yeah.
We don't know his name.
He's my boy.
Yeah, we don't know his name.
Wendell Moore Jr.
Number 7. Number 7. Where did he go to school?
Duke.
Where do you think he went to school?
I know, right? That's the only reason why you know.
Duke.
This is crazy.
I see why everybody has hoop dreams, though. I see it now. I didn't understand it because there's a lot of
oh my word, that's a bad.
There's a lot of basketball players that are, in my opinion, that could be really, really good outside linebackers and rush ins.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And I'm always like, man, you could be a 5-star defensive end. But you know what? If I'm looking at the roster right now of these guys, then you have no choice but to keep playing basketball.
This is spectacular.
But it's not only the mug shots, it's the stats, though.
Spectacular.
Like Jalen Noel. What are you doing? Jaden McDaniels.
No number.
Looking like Coolio. We can go on and on and on.
Oh, my goodness gracious.
Mike Conley looked like he wants to take a retreat with Jay Foreman into my garage sometimes after a Husker game. And Torrin Prince I'm not even gonna say that. Nathan Knight and Nas Reed, 11, 12, and 13.
So Austin's boy, Wendell Moore Jr., averaged, oh my goodness, like they hit his points.
Mm-hmm.
They hit his. He
Good,
averaged
awesome.
1.4 points a game. Now Austin,
So that's it.
you don't even have a Timberwolves uniform, and he only averaged 1.4 more than you did.
I had a throwback KG.
Right.
Not throwing up, but yeah.
He just did. Josh Minot, we gave him a pass, but 3 points a game. AJ Lawson, 2 points a game. Like he got a bucket
all
again.
year.
Like that. Oh my goodness gracious, Jay! We didn't got to mention Bryn Forbes,
Another 5-head guy,
right? Bryn Forbes, Jordan McLaughlin averaged 3.7 points a game. I'm just trying to understand. That is why Cat believes he's the one, because he around them dudes all
He
day,
around
every
a bunch
day.
of scrubs.
Oh my goodness gracious!
Like he says, I'm the
I'm the lesser evil from.
No, he's a less hurting form of diarrhea.
Oh man, this is a painful
He
roster.
said, I
bro.
clear up in a day, so I'm better than everybody. I got.
Man,
Yeah.
what Kobe said, he asked him, he said, he goes, I'm supposed to win with this?
Right. Oh man. All right, Jay Foreman, Austin, DP. We'll be right back. We're gonna have our picks for the College World Series real quick in the last one. We'll be right back.
Watch Old School live on Facebook, YouTube, or Twitch. Old School with DP and J on 93.7 The Ticket and theticketfm.com.
There's nothing quite like the Mercado by Certified Piedmontese beef. The Mercado offers unique ingredients you can't find anywhere else, open every day from 8 a.m. to 8 p.m. The full-service butcher shop and retail store is wonderful for meat lovers with their exclusive certified Piedmontese beef and assorted sausages, plus other quality meats, including pork, chicken, and a wide range of the freshest seafood. Plus, every Friday from 11 to 2, the Mercado serves up the best lunch in town on their Friday Feast menu. Stop in at the Mercado today at 84th and Havelock or visit their website at cpmercado.com to see current deals.
Rico here with HIS Auto Care at 70th and Van Dorn, letting you know HIS is a great place to bring your vehicle for service. With superior service bumper to bumper, we'll treat your vehicle like it's your mother's. Doesn't get any better than that. So call 402-488-8934 and HIS Auto will make you glad you did. 5% off, mention this ad, and for sure your mother will be proud you called. 402-488-8934, HIS Auto Care, 70th and Van Dorn. God bless you.
Get rid of pesky critters once and for all with Bats to Rats. Their expert team is here to help you reclaim your home. No more sleepless nights caused by crawling critters or flapping wings. Bats to Rats ensures a safe environment for every family member. Check the website at batstoRats.com for amazing offers, and if you mention this ad, you'll receive $10 off your initial inspection cost. Don't allow uninvited guests to take over your home. Trust Bats to Rats for a peaceful and rodent-free living space.
Hi, Sean Callahan here for Coppell Chevrolet GMC, and our big summer sales event is underway this month. Right now, get 0.9% interest rates. Yes, you heard right. 0.9% APR on select new Chevrolet and GMC vehicles, plus a $1,500 trade-in bonus on select Silverados and Sierras. You put all that together with some big Coppell discounts, and you have a tremendous buying experience. So stop on into the dealership or check us out online at CoppellCars.com. You'll be glad you did. All deals with approved credit.
Are you working in or looking to get into the electrical construction industry? The electrical workers of Local Union 265 are now hiring licensed journeymen and apprentices and are offering great pay and benefits. Call Mike at 402-875-1034 to apply. Start your electrical career today.
Gaina Trucking is hiring CDL Class A and B drivers. Gaina Trucking guarantees a 40-hour work week year-round, and their strong team culture makes it not a job, but a career. Gaina Trucking offers health, vision, and dental insurance, 401k with company match, an employee assistance program, and other bonus programs. Build a better career today with great team culture at Gaina Trucking. Learn more and apply today at GainaTrucking.com.
Hey, it's Nicklin Hames from Nebraska Volleyball. I hate wasting time in practice, and I want to help you stop wasting your time when you're looking for an electrician. High Electric has been serving the area for over 30 years for both residential and commercial properties. They are experts in everything like remodeling, new additions, hot tub installation, and more. And they take jobs from Beatrice to Omaha and all towns, big or small, in between. Call them today at 402-466-6606 or learn more at high-electric.com.
Attention all Wings fans. 89-cent wings are back on Tuesdays at Buffalo Wings and Rings in Lincoln. Enjoy the best wings in town for boneless or traditional at a price that makes the whole family happy. And now at the Williamsburg Village Wings and Rings, you can enjoy $1.50 tall boys in Bud Light, Coors Light, Busch Light, and Michelob Ultra every day after 7 p.m. and all day on Sundays. Get to Wings and Rings today and make sure to stop by on Tuesdays for 89-cent wings. Rosie Sports Bar and Grill. Open for lunch and dinner at 10th and P or at 1501 Center Park Road.
Back to old school with DP and J on 93.7 The Ticket and theticketfm.com.
We are back. That should have been a nice little trivia question, DP. But we're going to pivot here. We're not going to talk about College World Series.
Yeah.
Because Nick Thainer was sure to text me last night. He told me that he was right about LSU, so we'll just let him be in his glory and his family trip. What up, Nick? But DP on the break, Adrian Martinez, I guess, tweeted out that he was having a garage sale.
Yeah.
And DP has said that, or he told within in here in the break, there's 220 items. It started at 8 a.m., correct?
Sold out
at 10.
By 10:10 it was sold out.
By 10:10.
All the items sold out.
All them Husker fans.
And it wasn't, and people had to come
work on Friday.
And it was all cash. It was all cash. It wasn't at his house. It was somebody else's house. But man.
Did they get a handshake or a picture with it?
Yeah, there's video there because media went.
Oh, see,
the local news went.
See, that's where he's wrong. See, like therefore now you're gonna have to you're gonna have to pay some taxes on that player.
Well, so they've got
so you just broadcasted your stuff on the internet. Now a tax man is gonna come knocking. They ain't gonna be somebody that said they forgot to pay. Tax man gonna say you want to get paid.
Well, they've got credit. It shows up. It shows up. So you can see there's a picture. And there's
Look
people.
At Adrian. But here's the thing, man. Here's the thing. I guess if I got drafted by Buffalo and I had first, number one.
And it looks like he had some K-State stuff there too.
Number one. This lets you know the state of the program. Okay. I was on 3 national championship teams, 2 that I was a starter on. 1 I was just getting my head beaten in on. Okay. 1 over I don't know how many games. Okay. I can guarantee you, when I left, I did not have 20 items.
Business is different.
Hold on. I did not have 20 items. Now, I will take it a step further. I never speak for anybody. Jason Peter was an All-American, first-round pick, on 3 national championship teams as well, and Grant Wistrom. I bet you combined, because they just say they got more or whatever, and throw Tommy Frazier in there. Okay, if you took those 3 plus me, and Terrell Farley, that's 5 people. Okay, that's 5 people that have played in won some big games. I can guarantee you, if you pulled all of our stuff, okay, not only did we not have 220 items, I can guarantee you none of us combined, we have 220 pictures that they could go and find down there. You know what I'm saying? That's the honest to God truth.
So here's where it starts. Nebraska's agreement when it first was announced, and this is back in 2017, this was an 11-year, $128 million deal.
For what?
For Nebraska athletes. So apparel, branding, uniforms, etc. And each athlete there's a budget per athlete, and it changes based on the sport because there's some sports that need more. Now I know that the bowling team gets less. Swimming, diving, gymnastics, they get, they get
that's
like,
out DP.
But football. Now I can tell you. So when I got to college, I got a pair of sweats, 2 T-shirts, 2 shorts. I got my uniform.
Right.
And then I got a jacket.
strap.
A jacket. Oh, you got all the jocks you wanted. All the jocks and socks you wanted.
We didn't.
Jocks and
They were
socks you could
stingy
get.
down there.
Jocks and socks you could get. You couldn't get a bunch of stirrups because we actually wore stirrups back then. But that was our practice gear. When I was coaching, I've told the story, when I got down to Houston, when I got down to Woodlands, and I'm at the private school, at John Cooper, and I'll show you the picture. Literally the day they hired me for football. So football was the first sport I coached. And I go to the coach's office, and he says, "Where's your car?" And I said, "Well, why?" And he said, "Well, I need to give you your coach's gear." And I'm like, "Well, no, just give it to me, and I'll walk it to the car." He goes, No. Go get your car. Back it up. Jay, it started with 5 pairs of brand new Under Armour shoes.
Yeah.
2 pair of road and home Under Armour shoes. This bro gave us 12 black T-shirts, 12 white T-shirts, 12 green T-shirts, and shorts to match. He told us that the coach's budget was $5,000 per coach in gear.
Mm-hmm.
And this was for every sport. So I know that on the day they give out gear at Nebraska, that's a number. I would love to ask the student athletes. I'll send out a text. And for Monday's show, I'll have the numbers for you on what they get per play, per
Right.
athlete.
And guess what? We're gonna go and collect some of that stuff back until you start playing good.
That's what hey, that part.
That's exactly what
That part.
I understand times have changed.
Ooh.
But I can't say this. Our Adidas contract was we were one of the first teams that really, well, first of all, we were the best team in the nation, and we took a risk in going with Adidas. So the relationship is going there. All I'm saying is, to like what we said before about Karl Anthony Towns, this has nothing to do with Adrian. I'm just talking about in general. Okay. So let's just assume everybody has 220 items when they're done playing. That's far too many for winning 4 games in 3 games. That's all I'm saying.
Yeah.
And that's not saying that you shouldn't be taken care of or anything like that. All I'm saying is when you don't, when that doesn't match up to what's on the field, then you start to say, okay, well, what happens when it does?
$64 million in cash, $64.5 million in apparel over 11 years for 755 student
But where in the contract does it say that you need to give them an overabundance? Nowhere.
Well, you're making it. I mean, their explanation, my coach's explanation was, we're in 2-a-days, and I don't want you to have to go home and wash your stuff over and over again.
That's fine. I can give you 7 shorts and 7 underwear and 7 T-shirts. That's not 220.
Boy, oh boy.
Over 4 years. That's actually what's 220 divided by 50 or by 5 or by 4? That's 54 items a year.
Yeah.
Is my math that good? Yeah. See, 54. Yeah, you look at Austin. Austin had to look up in the skies like, is this dude actually did it that quick? Yes.
Nailed it.
54 items a year. Man, get out of here with that stuff, man. Jay Foreman, DP, we're going to break. We're going to jump right back into the triplets coming in all the way from Bellevue. Is it a look into possibly the future of Nebraska offense? That's what I want to ask Austin and DP at the top of the hour. Old School. We'll be right back.
Hey guys, Jake Sorensen here from Early Break. The garage door at our house has been needing replacement for a couple years, and a few months ago, we finally did something about it. Steve's Garage Doors and Services was great through the whole process in providing options and also going to the next level to get a door that was approved by our HOA. And best of all, the removal of the old door and installation of the new door was done smoothly with no issues. Call Steve's Garage Doors and Services today at 402-480-9462.
Working at Continental in Lincoln isn't a job, it's a career. And right now they've raised wages again and they're hiring for production operators at $24.11 per hour, which grows to $28.27 per hour within 3 years. Skilled trade positions now start at $32.76 per hour with opportunities to make more based on certifications. Continental also has salary jobs available and great benefits, plus medical and prescription costs at very low premiums. Dental, vision, and life insurance are offered at no premium cost to the associates with increased bonuses and vacation for new hires. hires. To learn more or to apply, go to continental-jobs.com with keyword Lincoln. Come work at Continental today.
Wall-to-Wall Wine and Spirits is now open in Lincoln. Shop our expansive collection of wine, beers, spirits, and cigars at 5040 North 27th Street. From top-shelf liquor to crowd-favorite beer, Wall-to-Wall Wine and Spirits has a beverage for every taste and every budget. Plus, join our loyalty program to earn rewards and save on future purchases. Shop Wall-to-Wall Wine and Spirits at 5040 North 27th Street in Lincoln. That's 5040 North 27th Street.
Action Plumbing, Heating, Air, and Electric brings exciting career opportunities for you or someone you know. They are now hiring plumbers, electricians, and HVAC techs and installers to continually build their professional team. They offer competitive pay and full benefits packages that include health, dental, vision, PTO, and 401k options. Action has created a positive team environment for over 50 years. Apply online at actionlincoln.com.
The weather is hot, the kids are out of school, and you're on your way to the lake and summer road trips. Are you getting to your vacation spot comfortably, or is your car letting you down? Mullen Motors Lot is full of great vehicles to take home so you don't have to worry about your current car barely surviving another road trip. Come check out their lot just north of 48th and Layton and find your next ride for summer road trips and beyond. Mullen Motors.
No taglines, just quality vehicles. Mullen Motors.
If you're in Lincoln, Waverly, or the surrounding area, listen up. Select Plumbing gets it right the first time on a variety of issues for your home and business, including general plumbing, water heaters, faucet and fixture repair, underground sewer and water repairs, backflow testing, and more. Keep your property free from leaks and other issues. Call today for a free estimate at 402-560-6197. Plus, they're hiring service plumbers. If you're in Lincoln, Waverly, or the surrounding area, contact Select Plumbing to inquire at 402-560-6197.
Generation V.
Opening a new location at 27th and Superior.
Generation V.
Join us this Saturday during our grand opening sale. Everything is buy one, get one free. Mix and match between Vape, Delta 8, and Kratom, or buy two of your favorites for the price of one. Buy one Elf Bar disposable, get one free. Buy premium THCA flower, get a free glass pipe. You decide what to BOGO this Saturday.
Generation V.
Don't miss the grand opening sale this Saturday at 27th and Superior in Lincoln. GenerationV.com. E-cigs contain nicotine. Nicotine is an addictive chemical.
Sandhills Global is hiring. Check out sandhills.jobs for more information. Sandhills is looking to fill hundreds of new openings in sales, traveling support, software development, web design, and more. Sandhills has a professional culture and is fast-paced with a focus on growth, innovation, and leading-edge technologies. Career and internship opportunities are available at our global headquarters in Lincoln, Nebraska. Apply today at sandhills.jobs.
The best way to learn about Southeast Community College is to visit, and you can check out our spaces before you visit in person with a virtual campus tour, an opportunity to see our campuses in Beatrice, Lincoln, and Milford as you learn about our programs and areas of study. There are virtual tours of our learning centers too. We can even take you on a personalized virtual tour. Learn more on our website, southeast.edu/visit SCC. SCC, your path to possible.
When you were a kid, clubs were cool. Robotics club or space club and stuff like that. But what do adults get? Book clubs and quilting clubs? No, forget that. How about a margarita club? Get to Upside Bar and Lounge and join the best club in town. 10 flavors of margaritas like Maui Wowie, burnt pineapple, and mango tango. Try all 10 of them and receive your own souvenir margarita glass. Make it your new Monday night tradition. $4 margaritas and $4 taco baskets. Grab the crew and head on over Monday nights or any night. Upside Bar and Lounge at 29th and Pine Lake.
Coming at you live from the heart of Lincoln, America. This is Old School, sponsored by the Mercado by Certified Piedmontese. Broadcasting veteran Derek Pearson.
When you find something that moves them, that makes them smile, celebrate it. That's your task. That's your superpower.
Nebraska Football Hall of Famer Jay Foreman.
Rifles a pass. It was tipped. It's picked off by Foreman. He's at the 15, 10, 5. He'll score!
On 93.7 The Ticket and theticketfm.com.
They take it serious. Jay Foreman, DP, Austin. We are back. This is the Old School crew brought to you by the Mercado, Certified Piedmontese. special ingredients and butcher shop located at 84th and Havelock. Every type of meat, every type of cut. Go in there and say what's up.
I got something for you though. So somebody left something for you today.
What is it, man?
So you told a story about Farley taking your touchdown.
Yes.
Right?
Yeah.
So tell the story. Tell the story. So we can set the table.
Which one?
Tell the story about him stepping in front of you.
Kansas State?
Yeah.
We're playing down at Kansas State, and we had been in Terrell, like in JUCO, blocked in insane. I think in high school in JUCO, blocked an insane amount of punts and kicks. Right. So you heard about it, and obviously he came here and it was doing it. But so we were on punt return together. And even though we started, we played special teams. Of course, you got a weapon like Farley. He had Baron Miles before. You know, we always play the best player. So we all, had this punt block. I'll never forget this, man. We were down at K-State, man. We were working out in these cats in this national TV game, and we got this punt block on, and we knew it was on once we got a look, right? And we knew if we got at a certain point, certain part of the field, we were going to do it. And so it comes through, right there. So I don't know. I think we might have picked for each other, run like an X stunt or something. Punt gets blocked. Okay. And so I'm already in full Terrell like behind me somewhere, like to the side. So I'm running. I'm like, oh yeah, here comes the ball to me. And I'm about to, because I'm thinking I'm gonna catch it, score. And T.O. going to just be mad because I know I'm breaking it down in the end zone. And Terrell already had scored, like, I think the week before against Missouri, he didn't score or something. And K-State had just, like, I don't know, DP, sometimes when they used to do the white lines on the field, it would be kind of raised.
Yeah.
It'd be kind of raised. The dang ball, Austin, it literally was coming to me. Right? It was in slow motion. I'm like, oh, I'm catching it here in stride. I'm Deion Sanders. I'm about to get freaky with it, right? Hits that dang thing, hits the line, and it was raised. Because I remember, like, dang, I hope I don't trip, playing regular defense, right? And it was raised more towards the sideline. Hits it right into Farley's hands.
No.
Yeah. Like a black leprechaun, Johnny on the spot. Boom. Score. Now, I am mad as all get out.
Well, yeah, I would hope
But I got to
so.
go celebrate for my boy. I'm looking at him like, man, I should just go I was thinking to myself, how does this happen? He behind me. It takes a crazy bounce off the yard, off the white line into my man's hands. Like, boop, bypass Jay, Farley, touchdown. But here's the thing about Farley. He act like it's supposed to happen that way. That's the best part about it.
Because that's been his luck forever.
Right.
Like, he'll tell you that. So he says, he comes and he goes, yeah, my mom did the old-fashioned thing where she would get pictures and she would put them in plastic. And so they've been contained all these years. And he said this one he found, immediately he said, what I was going to do was copy it and sign it to Jay Foreman.
That's my bad.
Like to sign it.
Well,
But he's got the actual picture. And he goes, but tell Jay, wait a minute, man. I looked at this picture. I don't see no Jay.
See, this one here is the Missouri one.
Okay.
This is the Missouri one for you people out here. Okay, this is the first. Like, you talk about Strickland, and we had to do the crime scene investigation.
Right. That's what.
This is evidence number. Like, we're on trial, Your Honor. This is Exhibit A of Terrell Farley right here.
Right.
This is it, and this is for all you high school players,
all the way out front by himself,
right? And acting like he's doing it on purpose. All you high school players, I want to let you know this: Terrell Farley right there. I think that's Brian Shaw and myself. All on special teams.
Yeah.
So when you go to said university and act like you can't play special teams,
here's
an All-American. I was a 3-4 year starter, and so was Brian Shaw.
There you go.
But this is Exhibit A.
You need to go put your work in.
This is Exhibit A of Terrell Farley being the luckiest man I ever see.
But that's Farley, though.
But look at it. But look at him. Gloves undone.
Yep.
Spat looking special.
Yep.
Everybody else out there just bought. I mean,
and he said he wore low tops.
Yeah.
He said he wore low tops with spats. Yeah. And he said that, and then he showed me the picture and I was like, wait a minute, that's what you wore, really, bro? That's what y'all was doing?
Well, that was because them Adidas shoes were like playing in Timberland.
Oh, that's what we were laughing about.
Yeah.
That's what we were laughing about.
Because if you look at the poster up in the other studio there.
Yeah. You see him.
Mine I have on.
Don't you have champions?
No, those are Nike. I took the Nike check mark off.
Okay.
Or colored it in with the spat.
Yeah.
And they had back then they were called cross trainers.
Man, those are crazy. Those are crazy. But yeah, he was like, I want to sign this and leave it for Jay. I'm like, no, Jay will tear that picture up, bro.
No, you need to keep that, man.
Pretty cool stuff. Before we get into the College World Series, of course, you end up with LSU and Florida. And then the story becomes, okay, somehow the two SEC teams make it who haven't played each other this year.
Wow.
Because the immediate thought was, well, there should be some history to it. No, they haven't played each other this year because the SEC, the way it laid out, its size, things in the future, pay attention, Big Ten
football.
Conference.
Football, pay attention.
Pay attention that it's going to be a thing. But then the Jello shots. So
I did see that. Yeah.
As of last night, Florida had purchased 2,371 Jello shots. LSU had 29,000.
Right. Yeah, I'm looking at this thing right now. A couple of days ago, they were at 21,400.
They're and last night, this was as of last night at 10:30, 29,000. I'm pretty sure the number went up after that. Man, this is crazy. So how good did you did both of you, did you watch?
It was a really good game.
Yeah.
Incredible.
Yeah. Right?
Really Top 5 all-time college baseball game.
Right. Okay. I want to be sure that I wasn't alone in celebrating how great that game was. But then, here's the thing. That easily could have been the championship series, and then we would have got 3 games like that instead of 1. I'm a little bummed by that.
Played a few times.
Well, but I was bummed by that because having Wake Forest and LSU in a best 2 out of 3 would have been the best thing for college baseball. That's why I said I didn't quite understand having the 2 brackets and having teams that lost, and then you got to mix it and match it when you could have just done double elimination, and that'd have got you to the right place anyway, right? Because they're giving you room for error. That's baseball double elimination.
I mean, I just think that Wake Forest's bats went kaput at the wrong time. I think the pressure
facing the best pitcher in college baseball.
I think the circumstances got to him, and I just think the like Mr. Go 30 says, the moment was too big. And LSU was very comfortable in this situation, and they just LSU could go. You could go back and forth. Did they? They took a lot of confidence even in that loss, and came back and felt very comfortable winning that first game. In the second game, which obviously was last night, they felt like they had the upper hand. It was a really good baseball game. I wish Wake Forest would have been able to get a couple things go their way. It didn't, but they don't have anything to be down about. I think when you get into a tournament like this,
top 3 team in the country,
right?
Like, it's Wake Forest.
Right. It's whoever's playing the best right now, and this is equivalent. LSU's run or potential where they're at, and say LSU pulls through and wins it, is no different than when Green Bay, I think, won the Super Bowl. They had lost home field advantage and went through the wild card. And what it did was it kind of gave them a shock to their system, got it going, and then they've kept in rhythm. You know what I'm saying? And sometimes in baseball, if you get a day off or you kind of can get, to a little bit, I wouldn't say fool yourself, but just kind of relax a little bit, the team that's been playing, especially when you have the arms like LSU has, and they're and able to keep throwing guys at you, and the amount of hitters that they have, they can, obviously catch rhythm. And now they got a day off, and they're looking at Florida. Florida's looking at them. The advantage, to be honest with you, has to be to LSU. They have more experience. I think they're, as far as confidence wise, I think they're playing with a way more confidence than any team in the.
This is going to be a swagger series. This is going to be a full swagger series. The 2 teams with the most swagger got in.
Yeah,
I think it's incredible. Yeah. So, and then listen, with Bellevue West being in the news, do you know how? Can you just on your scale of 1 to 7, how absolutely irritating do you think Rico and Strick were?
Oh, whoa. Well, I would say this. I bet you Strick. Rico knew earlier.
Yeah.
So Rico went from 5'5" to 5'10".
Yep.
So he definitely, because he definitely was walking around with his chest out,
right?
And then Strick was like, he's like, yeah, I'm the king. And he's like, but it's a byproduct of Strick and those guys. And so, all seriousness though, it's a good get for versus Nebraska. I think it's twofold. One, obviously you get a quarterback that you feel confident in and you kept a relationship with while you're recruiting Dylan Raiola. And then you have two receivers been on the scene and been productive for the last 2 or 3 years. And I'm going to say this about McMorris, right? And this is what in Hall is good too. You're winning with both of them. Here's the thing about McMorris, right? He's a pretty dang good receiver, but he's also a hellified athlete because he's been on the last 2 state championship teams in basketball. Mm-hmm. And I never forget this, and I remember this like clear as day. Noah Fant was playing for Omaha South, doing 16-20 up in Omaha. Mm-hmm. And I remember trying to call Mike Riley. I think it was Mike or Bo. I forget, text line texting in when he was there. And I remember calling him that Saturday night and Sunday morning. And I was like, you better sign this. You better get this kid. And I was like, he's going to be a first-round tight end. And I think it was Mike Riley because Mike Riley was looking at him as a defensive end. I think it was Mike Riley. And I was like, that dude right there is only going to be in college for the bare minimum. He will be a first-rounder. And they were like, oh, well, you started to give me the whole company. I said, listen, the fact that with the things that I saw him do on the basketball court supersedes anything you saw on the tape. Being a legit 6'5", 225, 230, and essentially breaking the backboard and catching it one-handed and going up and finishing with the other hand, spin moves, catching in traffic, separating. He was running pass routes out there as a center or power, whatever he was, power forward. He literally was running into guys and cutting off them, catching it and finishing it. And I'm sitting here thinking, like, move that quick and that fast.
Not that easy.
Right. So when you look at McMorris, right, and if you watch him play basketball, the things that he does on the basketball court, when you think of potentially the offense that he might go into with Satterfield and the way they want to try to maybe a controlled, quick passing game, be physical, run it, yards after catch, short area quickness, tough catches, right? Welcoming contact, obviously blocking and stuff like that, precise route running. You got to think the things that he's learning on the basketball court, along with his football training, and then obviously getting down to Nebraska, is giving him a leg up on a lot of kids. Now, granted, track and stuff like that is the fastest way you can get a scholarship, which I think is,
especially with this staff, they've made a point that this.
But just in general, I like doing that.
Mm-hmm.
But I'm out of track. Okay,
I'm glad you said it.
I'm out of track meet, and I'm. There's been a lot of guys that came through here with the previous staff that had good track times. And they look like, I know I can't.
They're really good at running.
Right.
Sometimes you're running away from contact. Right. Sometimes you're running away from making a play. Sometimes.
Yeah. So, but McMorris is one that, really excites, along with, Hall. I think it's good because you have 2 different types of body types too, right? You have
2 different types of players.
Right. Well, body types as well. So then therefore they're not crossing over each other. You get what I'm saying?
Well, I mean, they have a natural fit for what Satterfield does
on both ends, on both positions.
Right.
What I mean is you're not getting 2 guys that only can play wide on the outside to the left.
Right.
You got guys that have position flexibility that have done it. Both of them have played in the slot. Both of them played on the outside as, on the right side and left side. So you have position flexibility and football playmaking ability.
What does it say? Can you miss when there's a 97 catch situation?
What do you mean?
Well, I mean, look, I don't know how many players put up 97 catches in a year.
Oh, you're talking about in high school?
Yeah.
Can you
does that transfer? Does that always transfer?
Listen, if you play receiver and you can catch the football,
that's what gives me hope in this is that 97 catches is a lot of workload and a lot of production.
Well, the thing is, if you watch Kalen's highlight, these aren't just stop routes. they're trained through Steve Warren and Warren Academy. And I'm giving it to you, between Steve Warren and Abdul, they do a really good job getting kids ready. But Steve Warren and Warren Academy, because he's had all these guys, Zane Flores, Cole Payton, and all these guys, Easton Stick, all these guys that they've had, they are teaching them higher level pass concepts. Then you go to Bellevue West and continue it. So the catches that he's making are more, I think, you're able to evaluate him a little bit easier coming out of high school. Now you can have 150 million catches, right?
And you can't control, body size.
Right.
That's really not a thing
But
that you can at that level.
Not basketball, but catching the football is a lost art in this day and time. It is.
And route running.
Catching the
we learned to so catching football was so much a part of growing up. I caught more away from the game than I did. In game wasn't new news to me. It wasn't. Then it became route running and becoming disciplined in route running. But I was also productive from playing against bigger dudes, older dudes. So I learned how to get open and still be where I need to be.
Use your body control.
Right? That part of it you see. And I'm
him.
glad you shouted out Abdul Muhammad and Steve Warren, because when you watch their kids, it gives me hope that the bridge between Omaha and Lincoln shrinks.
Well, you got 3 kids out of a school that over the last few years you haven't been able to get any out of for different reasons. And, to be frank, maybe some of those reasons are more right than they were before, because now you're starting to have more kind of factual evidence. The thing is, I equate catching the football and route running to the fundamentals of basketball that's been missing. You talk about the guys last night that got drafted. You talk about guys that come in with all these potential. And the things that separates the champions and the chumps are the ones that can do the small things and continue to do them and make them look easy, and then they look phenomenal. So what he can do in football terms, from my evaluation, is he's real. And this goes with both of them and their quarterback. They are really good ball handlers. And what I mean by that is, right, it's no different than basketball. But when you look at the way Kalen passes to both of them, it's on time, on target, right velocity, right trajectory, right timing. Then the receivers are catching and ball handling the right way, right? So if I'm separating from DP and I know he's coming from top down, I know I need to catch it away from him and then get it into this part of the body so I can turn up, right? I know when to catch it in my body. I know when I need to catch it here in a quick snag, get it in, brace for contact, make him miss. Then I know where to go, run after a catch. Those 3 together have done that, especially those 2 receivers have done it different ways, and they continue to get better. And that's what Nebraska has to do. You have to get guys in here that enjoy the small things in football and love getting better and find ways to get that much better. Because then on Saturdays, it's going to be like, dang, he just took that, 8-yard skinny post for 30. Well, then everybody's going to think that, that's an explosive play. It's explosive route running led by ball handling, which started with the quarterback.
It's trust. Yeah. It's a matter of trust and knowing that my quarterback's going to throw me open and not into chaos, right? That if we're running that out, look, if there's a safety creeping on the outside shoulder, he's going to run me into that safety. He's not going to get me on a post and run me into the safety or into a linebacker. That trust developed and formed, and what will happen is the rest of the quarterbacks will see, well, wait a minute. Kalen's giving him the ball here. This is where he likes it. He does more magic with it there. I always told Barry Thompson, man, get it to me early. Get it to me early so that I can do work for you. I'll make your numbers look good. Just get it to me early.
The thing is, from a quarterback position, you need to learn why or how and why you are throwing the ball to a certain position. Whether it's on the receiver or in the coverage. Because if you're just throwing a check down against cover 2, well, you don't know. Well, if you're going against a defense and there's trips to a side, the top down or the hook coverage is a lot different than it's 2x2. So how I throw the check down to Austin is gonna change. and where it could, because Austin can't see when Austin's getting the check, he can't see where these guys are going.
And
I'm looking back at you in the ball.
And he better trust you.
Right.
That Jay ain't gonna line me up
But
and
those
send
are
me into Jay Foreman.
But those are the things, but those are the things as a quarterback and as a receiver, you have to, that's next level thinking and training.
Yeah.
And so, hopefully with these three coming in, they can lead to more coming out of Omaha, because Omaha's got some talent, which you've seen and will continue to see, because they got some more coming down the pipe. You actually got some talent here in Lincoln. So, you're trying to, lock down these borders of Nebraska before, everybody comes and feasts in. So
that's big.
It's a good day for Nebraska, good day for the coaching staff. I'm sure they got some more stuff cooking. But this is Old School. Jay Foreman, DP, Austin. We'll be right back.
General contractors, business owners, property owners. The success of your business requires doing business with the right people. And the right people, drywall, ceilings, wall. Kevin and his crew will response and attention it deserves.
You'll get all of the attention to detail and quality that you would expect from someone who's been in the business for 30 years. For your new builds, build-outs, or renovations, reach out to Kevin. Kevin at PremierDW.com. Premier Drywall in Lincoln.
Grandma and Grandpa, Mom and Dad, then the kids, and now the grandkids. Judson Irrigation has provided lawn sprinkler system design, installation, repair, and service to 4 generations. They're just like members of the family. Loyalty, trust, service. It's what you deserve and expect from Judson Irrigation.
Keep summer green. Call Judson Irrigation 402-420-6277 or judsonirrigation.com.
Hi, Sean Callahan here for Coppell Chevrolet GMC, and our big summer sales event is under this month. Now get 8% interest rates. Yes, you 0.9% APR on select new Chevrolet and GMC vehicles, plus a $1,500 trade-in bonus on select Silverados and Sierras. You put all that together with some big Coppell discounts, and you have a tremendous buying experience. Stop on into the dealership or check us out online at CoppellCars.com. You'll be glad you did. All deals with approved credit.
Summertime is in full swing, and it's time to get to work on outdoor projects. Deck City is a great place to start as Lincoln's local source for everything decks. Deck City has everything you need to build the deck of your dreams, from treated lumber to Westbury aluminum railings and TimberTech composite decking. They offer advice from real deck professionals to give you proper guidance to make your project go smoothly. Call them today to schedule an appointment at 402-480-6671. Go online at deckcityne.com or visit their new location, Cornhusker Highway. Deck City, local deck experts.
Hi everyone, Kendall Warnock with A1 Automotive in downtown Lincoln. If you're looking for an automotive repair facility you can genuinely trust, we would be grateful for the opportunity to earn your business repairing your vehicle. We have ASE master technicians and qualified to work on a variety of vehicles from Hondas to Porsches, Jaguars to Toyotas, and Chevrolets to Fords. We pride ourselves on customer service and relationships, and we would be grateful for the opportunity to serve you. Give us a call at 402-477-4660. A1 Automotive, always honest answers.
Motor Food is Lincoln's hardest rocking food truck and cafe. Motor Food creates old school comfort food, century twist, and the rock and roll at barbecue pulled pork and cheese, the grilled chicken fire sandwich, a 100% all beef split grilled hot dog, and any version of their funky fries. Stop by the cafe just behind Outback Steakhouse on 48th Street, or catch the food truck out and about all spring and summer. Check out their menu, order carry out, or schedule catering at motorfoodtruck.com.
There are some things that happen every day. In the morning, my paper gets delivered. Thank you. Around noon, my neighbor waters his flowers wearing a bathrobe and hip waders. Hello, Mr. Willis. Where's my paper? After dinner, the lady up the street walks her 14 poodles. And just before the 10 o'clock news, the Nebraska lottery winning numbers are drawn for their day games. Nebraska Pick 3, 2x2, and My Day. With Nebraska Pick 3, you choose your bet type. In 2x2, $22,000 prize. My 6-digit date. They're all just $1 to play with drawings every day. Oh, excuse me. Hi, Mr. Willis. I'm still looking for my paper. Guess which part of the day is my favorite?
Nebraska Pick 3, 2x2, and My Day top prize odds vary by game.
Integrated Labs has been opportunities for individuals with disabilities and across Nebraska by offering a number of services. From group homes to independent living resources and job training, you'll find the support that allows people to live fulfilling lives. They're also hiring. If you're looking for a rewarding career supporting people with developmental disabilities, you can check out open positions along with learning more about services at ilc.net. Integrated Life Choices.
At first, I was really nervous and intimidated to buy a ring. I wasn't sure what I was getting into.
My experience at Starter Heyman was very easy. I felt like I walked out of Starter Heyman with the ring that was going to make her go out of this.
I love my ring. It is. I get compliments on it all the time. We would definitely recommend Starter Heyman.
Yeah, it was great. We're definitely coming back.
Sure.
Sutter Heyman Jewelers, Lincoln and Grand Island. SutterHeyman.com.
Back to old school with DP and J on 93.7 The Ticket and theticketfm.com.
We are back, second segment. DP, Jay Foreman, old school. We dived into the triplets coming in from Bellevue West. Hopefully some more. You know, look, the one thing I will say is the amount of talent in Nebraska has grown exponentially, you know, over the years recently. And, you know, the Creighton Prep tight end he committed to Iowa. I think they have a Papillion tight end that's going somewhere else. You know, I think he's Missouri, I think. Correct me if I'm wrong, text line. You have a lineman that I think they're in another tight end going to Northern Illinois, which is a, you know, obviously well-established football program as well. And then multiple kids going different places. So there's plenty of options out there. And, you know, but it's also good. I think even though somebody, you know, a kid goes to another school, I think it's still good for the state of Nebraska and for the university because there's more options out there. And I know and assume that they're recruiting everybody the same, especially the ones that they want. And they're well aware that you could put forth your best effort and, you know, kids can still choose to go other places. But with the way the world is in college football, it doesn't mean that the door is totally shut. It just shut for the time being. So, and they're well aware of that as well. But that goes both ways, though. For you kids out there and parents, okay, don't overestimate yourself. And don't fall too much in love with the recruiting process because the recruiting process could and will leave you left hanging. Because with the transfer portal, things are sped up to the utmost. And with the way that college football is, not only the transfer portal to build depth, but to go out and potentially get a legitimate starter, it can happen. Example is Caleb Williams. Burst on the scene and beat out Spencer Rattler and put him on the bench. Was at Oklahoma. Lincoln Riley leaves. Then he goes with him to USC, wins the Heisman, probably won it maybe this year, and it might be the number one pick in the draft. What I'm saying is there were some highly thought of quarterbacks at USC prior to Lincoln Riley getting the job that have no chance of playing. Well, that doesn't mean that they all of a sudden lost all their talent. What it means is there's options for them to go other places, right? That place could be where you're actually getting recruited. It could happen that quick. If you want an example on the basketball front, Bob Huggins gets in trouble and resigns after being accused. He hasn't been convicted of, DUI. Well, one of the most sought after transfers or transfer portal options was a point guard that just started for the University of Arizona. That was an NCAA tournament team. Was it Kurt Krissa, right? He's back in the transfer portal 2 months after getting to Morgantown. So don't get too comfortable with being comfortable. Meaning, when you're getting recruited, handle your business. Start to always continue to evaluate where you're at, and probably be very, very smart and diligent when and how you make your decision, because the days of, unless you are I would say a string them out prospect, you know what I mean?
And there's 30,
if that, if that,
like there's a finite number of those
if you
people.
are a 5-star or a ascending 4-star on your way to a 5-star, you can string out your process. If you aren't, you are just a guy. and you are in the mix just like everybody else.
And you can quickly become just another guy if you're dancing in that space. Like
Right.
if you were in the deep water with sharks.
Yeah, and you know, and I would say this to these parents and kids out there: just be very strategic where you go. You got to look at what they're doing. You got to look at the style that they play, the style of athlete that they've recruited, not only at the college that they're at right now, previous stops. Do you fit in? Then also have a plan B or a second position that you would be open to playing.
Well, 5 stars don't think they need to think that deep, right?
Well, that's fine. Because you know what?
Right? Because that's what happens.
Yeah, because you want to get stuck playing the position that daddy put you in, or you always thought you were since you were in 4th grade.
Mm-hmm.
Well, you thought you were the only person that was good at whatever position since 4th grade. Well, there's people out there that you never heard of that are really good. And there's a lot of guys that have been drafted that came into the college, or the college at one position and left at another. Okay, perfect example. I'm just reading this thing about Travis Kelce. Okay. When he came in, I think he was a quarterback at the University of Cincinnati.
Yeah.
A quarterback.
Yeah.
Now look at him. What's the dude that was an outside linebacker? Connor Barwin, right? Came in, he was a tight. Well, Travis Kelce took off. They sent him over to outside linebacker. He ended up being a 10-year veteran playing outside linebacker. You can go on and on.
So every year, I mean, you think of football that the average is 3 5-star quarterbacks a year.
Okay.
So those 3 quarterbacks truly
they're not all making you wait, because when you're a 5-star quarterback, it's like it's like the NBA draft. They're like, if you know you're going top 3,
Mm-hmm.
I'm not. If you at 31, I ain't working out for you.
Right.
It's like Deion. Right. Deion told the Giants, like, look, man, you might as well just chill. By the time I get drafted, you ain't gonna be there. Don't even waste. I'm not gonna waste your time, and you ain't gonna waste my time. These 5-star guys they're picking where they want to go. Everybody else is getting
that's
picked.
how funny, because people at every school, at every fan base, forget that they really don't have a shot. And it doesn't matter that you got close. It's that you really didn't have a shot. Like, even if your daddy went to school where you don't have, like Peyton Manning, Tennessee was like, oh, well, this is a wrap. No, it ain't. No, it's not. Like, there ain't that many dudes who just get to choose and walk in where they want. And the schools need to accept that too. Fan bases need to accept it. Schools need to. Lil J necessarily be teed. He would get the he would get the look from Miami and Minnesota just as much, right?
I mean, those days are gone.
Well, but it's what you said. Handling the business of it, the schools also have to handle the business of it, and they have to handle recruiting with the right attitude and the right proximity, like all that stuff in play. Parents, you need to handle it the right way, because you can make your child less appealing and less attractive to certain programs, and it happens all the time. Right. And then fan base, guess what? The fan base can chase players away too. So everybody needs to mind their business, handle their business, and do good business. Right. It's not that complicated.
Yeah, especially for the parents or advisors, the best thing that you could do is say less.
Ooh, put that on a t-shirt.
Say less. And,
put that on a t-shirt.
Say less. And I mean, that's just the truth, because even though you might say something that's in your culture, in your house, or act a certain way in your culture, these coaches really don't know you.
Well, that's an car conversation.
Right. But something that they're not accustomed to could really turn them off. Now, I would like to say is, like, if you're recruiting a player, you don't just, quickly tab the parents and the player is like null and void. But look, you're on a job interview, and this goes both ways. So if you're a coach, and for instance, here's an example. If you're a coach and a highly thought of player, mom is not a big fan of not being clean shaven, not being like dressed like a coach, and that means like a golf shirt and slacks and shorts, and not having a dip in your mouth. If you're meeting with them for 15 minutes, right? So let's do our math here. Hold on. So if it's 15 minutes, so it's 600 seconds, it's 900 seconds. Am I right? Is that right? 15 minutes is 900.
15 times 6 would be 90.
So it's 900 seconds. So for 900 seconds of your life, at the max, or even if it's 30 minutes, is 1,800 seconds that you don't have, that you could just put. I mean, once they leave, you could just put on a t-shirt.
Pump
or whatever.
the brakes.
Right.
Pump
I
the
mean, those are
brakes.
the things you got to. So it goes both ways. So I think it's all in all, it's a good day for Nebraska. I know they got some recruits in this weekend, so hopefully it's another, I'm gonna say
this.
emoji fest or whatever.
I'm gonna say this.
Then hopefully they get come one, come all.
I
Let's ball.
had a player, and he was not from an advantage family. He was not from. This was new. The whole college process was new. The whole recruiting process was new. And the thing, you've heard a thousand stories of coaches going to players' homes and pitching. Like, they're pitching. They're selling.
Yeah.
Right? But sometimes you forget that, wait a minute, not all of those homes are as comfortable as the coaches are used to.
Right.
There was a player, and this was a 4-star player, who really was a 5-star player, but he was in it at a small school, and he didn't have money, and he didn't have internet at his house, and he didn't have social media, so he didn't have a Twitter. But they called the school and set up the meeting, and they told the coach, "Hey, we can come meet you. We can go to dinner." And they kept pushing, "Hey, can we go to dinner somewhere?" And the coach is like, "Well, I'll pay for dinner, but let me come to your house first." And the mother was like, "No, let's just go to dinner." "Coach, again, I need to see how you live. I need to do this." And he got to the house, and this player actually, was a 2.8 student, right, which was good enough for what they needed to do. And they got to the house, and it was not top level.
Right.
It was one thing to have the other visitors that often show up at the house.
Yeah.
But what made it really uncomfortable was, as you said, except for this was down south. And there was any house in the South that where it's poor folks, there's a can. There's usually like a Maxwell House can that sits. And he was like, "Oh," and he looks at Dad and was like, "Oh, so you chew?" And he was like, "No, my wife does." And that was the end of that recruiting trip, because the coach was not ready.
Yeah.
He was not ready, Jay Foreman. He was not ready, and he did not have a response. And he was like, "Oh man, like I have ruined this."
Yeah.
And she was like, "Oh man, I have ruined this." And the player is so embarrassed that he cannot, like he said, "I cannot go to school there, coach. Like, I can never face that guy again."
Right.
That's the stuff that goes on, man. This recruiting game.
Yeah, you just never know, man.
Yeah,
You just
but
never know.
mom, she spit in the can and was like, "It is what it is."
Hey, take it or leave it. You gotta bring the athlete, as long as it's nothing too out of the norm.
Well, that was out of the norm for
him.
that coach. He was Austin. He called me and he said, "TP, I am so sorry." He goes, "I didn't want to be disrespectful, but I've been doing this 32 years.
Never seen it.
He ain't never seen that before."
Man, that's
jeez.
He lucky. I mean, my grandma and them didn't chew, but I guarantee you, Aunt Betty and Aunt Lulu was there, and Coach Osborne. He might
chewing some butts out.
He been thinking twice about recruiting Jay Foreman.
Look, there wasn't no recruit going on at my house. We were meeting somewhere. Like, there was no
best behavior.
Like, who your pets? Oh, they ain't pets. Them just roaches, coach.
Yeah. Those are my little buddies. That's Johnny that came over from the east side.
That's man. Steve. That's Nuck over there. That's Ray. That's
I hear that, man. That's funny, man. Good recruiting stuff. Good recruiting stories. DPJ Foreman. We're gonna go to a break. Then we're gonna send you off to the weekend, and then see you guys on Monday. We'll be right back.
Too many people believe that chronic pain, allergies, or illness are permanent and something you're stuck with.
Novotny has been proving that changing lives in the process. Yes, pain relieving techniques make you call today for a free consultation 525 or 5695 or go to Novotny Wellness located at 7
John Deere Performance Upgrade Kit for implement. Choose from ExactEmerge, MaxEmerge 5, or MaxEmerge 5E electric drive row units. Take your planter to the next level. Improve yield potential and ability without buying new. Get new technology, increased performance, and confidence from your planter that's already in your shed. Contact your local Landmark location to order your John Deere Performance Upgrade Kit and experience the Landmark difference.
If you want to make new floor shopping easier, come to O Street Carpet. Hi, I'm Steve Carper. Our flooring professionals can help you choose the best flooring for you, your family, and your budget. We eliminate the confusion. Even better, you'll be enjoying your new flooring much sooner. No 6 or 8 week waits. We'll install right away and save you money on installation. Floor shopping made easy every day at O Street Carpet. O Street Carpet. 1732 O Street. Family owned and operated. Always the best value.
This is Brian at Midwest Bank, and we've been proudly serving clients in the community since 2000, and we're excited in January 2024 at 70th and Pioneers Boulevard. Our new branch will provide all the convenient services you're looking for in a bank, along with the friendly staff we're known for. Whether you're starting a business or expanding your business, our team is here for you, your community, or Midwest Bank. Find out more at midwestbank.com, member FDIC.
Plains Cover Crop is your one-stop seed shop. Call us now for spring and summer forages, CRP mixes, and all cover crop blends. We do farm-specific consulting for practical and efficient seed blends to fit your geography and goals. With a very diverse inventory, we will tailor a blend just for you. We're also looking for contract growers, and we buy and sell rye. Find us online at plainscovercrop.com. Timeless agronomy practices paired with modern technology. East Highway 20 in Orchard and across Nebraska.
Where will you take you? Travel to seek fortune here, or on a journey to distant lands for a well-deserved vacation? Wherever you go, one spell disaster. You can change your fate, adventurer. Don't drive distracted. Paid for by the NDOT Highway Safety Office.
Usually, to get a skybox view of a Nebraska football, it could be a hawk or a fighter jet. But sitting in an actual skybox is a lot more comfortable. So, enter the Nebraska Lottery's ticket snap. Until July 10th, buy a Lucky for Life ticket and enter for a chance to win Nebraska football skybox season tickets or other great ticket prizes. Sure, fighter jets are cool, but there's no legroom.
Lucky for Life top prize odds 1 in 30 million.
Are you here for the job interview?
I just saw that ad that said, apply here for dream job.
What qualifications do you have?
What exactly would I be doing?
Well, this is a dream job. You would be daydreaming.
All day.
Start at 8 a.m. and spend the day dreaming millions you could win playing Mega Millions from the Nebraska Lottery.
I'm good at that.
We want people with big imaginations, not just the usual yachts and exotic vacations.
Like a city built with bouncy houses or limo for dogs.
You're hired.
Mega Millions top prize odds 1 in 302 million.
Attention all Wings fans. 89-cent wings are back on Tuesdays at Buffalo Wings and Rings in Lincoln. Enjoy the best wings in town for boneless price that makes the whole family. And now at the Williamsburg Village Wings and Rings, you can enjoy $1.50 tall boys in Bud Light, Coors Light, Busch Light, and Michelob Ultra every day after 7 p.m. and all day on Sundays. Get to Wings and Rings. Make sure to stop for 89-cent wings.
It's summertime at the Lincoln YMCA. With 3 outdoor pools, swim lessons, camps, youth sports, and child watch, there's never a dull moment for the kids. Take your heights with the vast array of cardio and strength training options, free group exercise classes, and the dedicated help of their specialists that will work with you to implement a plan customized to meet your needs. Convenient locations, the YMCA near you. Let's make this the best summer yet. Visit ymcalincoln.org to join today. The YMCA, for a better
Back to Ian J. Ticket in the ticket.
Royals are the bomb squad. They left it hanging. They banging it, and we're pushing towards this weekend. So it's look, everything was a good week. CWS give it up again to Blur Tailgates, showing a lot of hospitality, and also from 93.7 The Ticket fans, always making the trek all the way up to Omaha, stopping and seeing us and all so forth and so on. But with that being said, Austin and DP, since it's another, I think it might be the last big recruiting weekend. Give me your number of commitments coming out of this weekend.
Oh, if you're getting 2 on a Thursday night, Friday morning, I'm just gonna say lucky number 7.
7 commits?
I'm gonna.
How many do you need, and what's a good target number? I guess would be what's the ballpark I'm shooting for here?
Well, because I also don't think that they have everything they need.
Do they ever?
No.
Well, not recently. Not recently. So the overshoot is what I would expect. Like comfort is 3. The overshoot says 7.
I would take 3 or 4. I think that would be a solid number based on what you're saying. 3 or 4 seems fine. If you get 7, I think that's probably feeling pretty good about yourself, right?
Well, if you get 2,
7,
if you get 2,
you might shut down the whole class.
Well, no, but here's the thing: if you got 2 from Bellevue West, and you literally spent days in Texas, the payoff has to come this weekend.
Is it about quantity or is it about quality?
Well, what you hope. I
Maybe
mean,
quality.
you got the one DB that you feel comfortable in. You get another receiver. You need bigs up front.
Tight end from Ainsworth's coming in.
You got some folks, right? So if your work was good, if your trip was well used, you're going to get 2 is basic, 3 is a good that you've used it for good. Then add another 2 from the state, and then everything else is over that. But I think the number for me has to be high because you've been on the road so much. Because otherwise, if you spend all that time on the road, Jay, and you're done.
Oh, they ain't done. I think coming out of this weekend too. I think what they're doing is they laying the foundation down, and then they're gonna get some guys during the season up here and let them devil into the Husker game day experience, and that's gonna be the closing material. But I think this weekend looks like they got a good mix of already commits, and then some guys that aren't committed. So you're gonna let the peer pressure go. Send you with positive vibes heading into the dog days of July and then into fall camp, and then
that's why I think the number's big.
No, I don't think so, because even if you saw DP down in Texas for 24 hours, and even if you come to a camp, you're not going to get back up here until you have an off week in high school to get your official visit.
Man.
So I mean, I think
I hope they close some doors. That's all I'm hoping for.
Yeah, I think they do. I mean, they've shown that they're the ability to do so.
Yeah.
So, sometimes the expectations go up, but hey,
allow me to dream. Allow me to dream.
More the merrier. More the merrier. Well, anyways, that was good. Hey, good 2 hours. To talk to the NBA draft, Bellevue triplets, and a little CWS. Now, also, real quick, how many pieces of pie you think Strick ate by that?
That pie is gone, bro.
By 6 o'clock,
gone.
There's half a piece left.
Gone. He is in an itis coma right now.
That's what he's in coma, and then he's gonna wake up and
hit it again.
That's a sleeping message.
Hit it again. You know he will.
Strick, you our boy, man. Jay Foreman, DP, Austin, old school. We'll see you Monday, man. We out.
Too many people believe that
Chronic pain, allergies, or illness are permanent and something you're stuck with. Novotny Nutrition and Wellness has been proving that narrative wrong for 29 years and changing lives for the better in the process. Their team is trained in the newest, most advanced pain-relieving techniques and ways to deal with toxins, allergies, pollution, and emotion that make you ill. Call today for a free consultation at 531-254-5695 or go to novotnynutritionandwellness.com. Novotny Nutrition and Wellness, located at 7th and Superior.
Pure Planter. Upgrade your technology with a John Deere Performance Landmark implement. Emerge, MaxEmerge 5, or MaxEmerge 5E electric drive row units. Take your planter to the next level. Improve yield potential and profitability without buying new. Get new technology, increased performance, and confidence from your planter that's already in your shed. Contact your local Landmark location to order your John Deere Performance Upgrade Kit and experience the Landmark difference.
If you want to make new floor shopping easier, come to O Street Carpet. Hi, I'm Steve Carper. Our flooring professionals can help you choose the best flooring for you, your family, and your budget. We eliminate the confusion. Even better, you'll be enjoying your new flooring much sooner. No 6 or 8 week waits. We'll install right away and save you money on installation. Floor shopping made easy every day at O Street Carpet.
O Street Carpet.
1732 O Street. Family owned and operated.
And at Midwest, we've been in the Lincoln community since 2008, and we're excited to open a second location in January 2024 at 70th and Pioneers Boulevard. Our new branch will provide all the convenient services you're looking for in a bank, along with the friendly staff we're known for. Whether you're starting a business or expanding your business, our team is here for you, your community, your bank, Midwest Bank. Find out more at midwestbank.com. Member FDIC.
Plains Cover Crop is your one-stop seed shop. Call us now for spring and summer forages, CRP mixes, and fall cover crop blends. We do farm-specific consulting for practical and efficient seed blends to fit your geography and goals. With a very diverse inventory, we will tailor a blend just for you. We're also looking for contract growers, and we buy and sell rye. Find us online at plainscovercrop.com. Timeless agronomy practices paired with modern energy. Highway 20 in Orchard.
Where will your path take you, traveler? To seek fortune in a new career, or on a journey to distant lands for a well-deserved vacation? Wherever you go, one distraction could spell disaster. You can change your fate, adventurer. Don't drive distracted. Paid for by the NDOT Highway Safety Office.
Usually, to get a skybox view of a Nebraska football game, you need to be a drone, a hawk, or a fighter jet. But City actual skybox is comfortable. So enter the Nebraska Lottery's Lucky for Life ticket snap. Until July 10th, buy a Lucky for Life ticket and enter for a chance to win Nebraska football skybox season tickets or other great ticket prizes. Sure, fighter jets are cool, but there's no legroom.
Lucky for Life top prize odds 1 in 30 million.
Are you here for the job interview?
I just saw that ad that said apply here for dream job.
What qualifications do you have?
What exactly would I be doing?
Well, this is a job. You would be daydreaming.
All day?
At 8 a.m. and spend the day dreaming about all the millions you could win playing Mega Millions from the Nebraska Lottery.
I'm good at that.
We want people with big imaginations, not just the usual yachts and exotic vacations.
Like a city built with bouncy houses or limo for dogs.
You're hired.
Mega Millions top prize odds 1 in 302 million.
Attention all Wings fans. 89-cent wings are back on Tuesdays at Buffalo Wings and Rings in Lincoln. Enjoy the best wings in town for boneless or traditional at a price that makes the whole family happy. And now with Wings and Rings, you can enjoy $1.50 tall boys in Bud Light, Coors Light, Busch Light, and Michelob Ultra every day after 7 p.m. and all day on Sundays. Get to Wings and Rings today and make sure to stop by on Tuesdays for 89-cent wings.
It's summertime at the Lincoln YMCA. With 3 outdoor pools, swim lessons, camps, youth sports, and child watch, there's never a dull moment for the kids. Take your wellness goals to new master training options, free group activities, help of their specialists that will work with you to implement a plan customized to your needs. With 4 convenient locations, there's a YMCA near you. Let's make this the best summer yet. Visit ymcalincoln.org to join today. The YMCA, for a better us.
General business owners. Pretty business requires doing business with acoustical ceilings and specialty products are at Premier Drywall. Kevin and his crew will give your project the response and attention it deserves.
You'll get all of the attention to detail and quality that you would expect from someone who's been in the business for 30 years. For your new builds, build-outs, or renovations, reach out to Kevin at premierdw.com. Premier Drywall in Lincoln.
Grandma and Grandpa, Mom and Dad, then the kids, and now the grandkids. Judson Irrigation has provided lawn sprinkler system design, installation, repair, and service to 4 generations. They're just like members of the family. Loyalty, trust, service. It's what you deserve and expect from Judson Irrigation.
Keep summer green. Call Judson Irrigation 402-420-6277 or judsonirrigation.com.
Hi, Sean Callahan here for Coppell Chevrolet GMC, and our big summer sales event is underway this month. Right now, get 0.9% interest rates. Yes, you heard right, on select new Chevrolet and GMC vehicles, plus a $1,500